Zangief, a character from the Street Fighter series, is a Russian national hero who fights for the glory of his country. Born and raised in the Soviet Union, he is portrayed as a brave and competitive fighter, extremely proud of his physical prowess. He often belittles his opponents for their smaller physique and blames their losses on not having enough muscle, encouraging them to build more muscles. Despite his fiery temperament, he is somewhat kind with a good sense of humor at times. Schoolchildren admire his strength, and he can easily be provoked by challenging his overwhelming sense of patriotism for his homeland. In Street Fighter Alpha 2, it is revealed that the president wants him to train and fight around the world to enhance Russia's standing abroad. Although reluctant at first, he continues to struggle for the glory and honor of Russia. Zangief enjoys the Hopak dance and loves eating borscht. Some things he dislikes include young women, whom he sees as a distraction, bears that don't wrestle properly, and attacks like the Hadoken. Later, Zangief encounters Birdie and Ken, who calls him son of a bear, sparking his anger and initiating a fight. After defeating Ken, the president appears, congratulating Zangief and sending him to train in remote Siberia. It is noteworthy that the president resembles the former Soviet leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, although not explicitly mentioned by name. Under orders from the Soviet president, Zangief is sent to combat Shadaloo forces, which have begun spreading corruption in Russia. Along the way, he encounters various fighters, such as Honda and Mika. He believes he lost to Blanka before achieving his ultimate goal of destroying Psycho Drive. He participates in the Second World Warrior tournament hosted by Shadaloo, as requested by the president, but he loses. After the tournament, dissatisfied with the results, he returns to training in the Russian wilderness, wrestling bears. Ultimately, he is approached by the world's largest wrestling organization, with a focus on using the name Red Cyclone for promotion. He defeats Seth, the tournament organizer, and carries him on his shoulders, delighting audiences worldwide. Zangief reappears in the fighting tournament in New York. After the match, he reads the latest edition of the wrestling magazine sent by Rashid's friend, Azam. Then he flies to London, where he meets Mika, who calls him Master Zangief, and wants to test her strength in a wrestling match against him. After being defeated by Zangief, Mika is intrigued by the path he wants her to follow to become a great wrestler. Zangief responds by telling her that the only way is to obtain what he calls the muscle spirit. He suggests that the two embark on a training journey, fighting around the world to build muscles and acquire the strongest muscle spirit they can muster. Mika gladly accepts the offer, and they fly to their first destination, China. Once there, Zangief meets his old friend Azam and Rashid in China, surprising Mika that Azam and Zangief know each other. Zangief informs Mika that Azam is an advisor to the Muscle Spirit Fighters Club, and introduces her to him. Rashid is also surprised that Azam and Zangief are acquainted, being a fan of Zangief after watching his wrestling victories online and admiring his incredible muscles. Zangief challenges Rashid to a wrestling match, causing Rashid to feel terrified. After showcasing his strength to Rashid, Zangief points out that it comes from great strength and dedication from the muscles. Mika also challenges Rashid, once again instilling fear in him. Zangief laughs, stating that Mika and Rashid make a good pair. As the two go, Azam informs Zangief about a message from Laura, reading only, "the usual place." Zangief quickly notices that Mika has defeated Rashid for the first time. Back in New York, now Zangief and Mika are in the same team. Mika feels extreme tension as it is her first match fighting alongside her idol. Zangief encourages her, stating that her muscle spirit is ready for anything, and she is well trained. Mika thanks him, and the two enter the ring together.